Yo, peace was good. Welcome to another hip hop album review. This is part 175. As promised, the album that you guys been wanting me to review for a long time. Well, not a long time, but you guys been asking me for a while. Is Eazy-E's second EP. It's on 187 Killa by Eazy-E, released in 1993. This is the second EP. This dropped about a year after Eazy-E's 5150 EP that dropped in late '92. All right. So right after 5150 dropped, which I didn't know, but it made sense. But shout out to my dude Chris Sayago, subscriber of mine, but he kind of put me onto game. But he was saying that how 5150 was actually a precursor to Temporary Insanity, which was supposed to be Eazy's second album that was supposed to drop back in 1993. It was gonna be a double disc album, but because of Dr. Dre putting out the Chronic album, this is Eazy out throughout the whole album, as well as Snoop Dogg. Eazy kind of not to say they scrapped the album, but because he didn't. The album's still like in the vaults. Supposedly he had recorded over 60 tracks for the album. I think the album was supposed to have like 30 tracks or whatever the case may be. But like that album never showed the light of day, unfortunately. And I hope his wife Tamika, just get to her senses and put that shit out. Cause me being an Eazy-E fan, and I'm pretty sure some people that are Eazy-E fans would love to hear that album, and in its original form. I do not want to hear fucking 2016 beats like how y'all do with Tupac and shit like that. I fucking hate that. But that's a whole different topic. But like I was saying before, 5150 was supposed to be the precursor to that album. But like I said, it never came out, whatever. And in the 1993 interview, he was responding to the critics that pretty much trashed that EP. He was just saying like how, like I said in the interview, like in the review when I did it, like I was just saying like he was just like all over the place. He wasn't as focused, and Eazy was pretty much responding to the critics like, yo, like it wasn't really my serious work. Like I wasn't really being serious on that album. He knew it wasn't his best work, but. Not for nothing, man, but I feel like if you're a major figure, that shouldn't be a good excuse. Like you should put out the best as you can. You know what I mean? Like not no fucking around shit. Like this, like some of the songs like I felt like didn't really fit the EP. Like that what's that song? Like the Christmas shit. Like that shit didn't really belong there. And I've got the other joints, but yeah. But because of that, he scrapped Temporary Insanity and decided to drop this. So pretty much this whole EP is just dedicated to Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. You know what I mean? In that sense. So the two singles off the album are "Real Motherfucking G's" was the every video for, and "Any Last Words." Those are the singles off the album. Show you what the album looks like. All right, Eazy right here, just chilling in the wall. Just pouring out his 40. Oh man, I could go for a 40 right now actually. But yeah, just dumping on his 40 and shit like that, and just giving like the rest of them. Let me turn it down. Sorry about that. Yeah, so like I was saying before, he's just pouring out, just kind of like rest in peace. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a rest in peace to Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Killing their careers. That's what the album looks like. The back look like the side of like a corner store, a bodega and shit like that. Open it up. That's what the album looks like, or the EP, I should say. All right. Take it out. And I was right, you know what I mean? Since it's born, 1965, Dr. Dre right here, died 10/25/1993. So I thought that was pretty funny. Oh man, yo, it's crazy. Alright, so Um, the producers on the album are Rhythm D, Cole 187 or Big Hutch of Above the Law, DJ Yella, shout out to DJ Yella, Dr. Jam, who's did stuff for like MC Ren, like his first two albums, Madness for Real, and that's pretty much it. Features on the album, BG Knockout and Gangsta Dresta, who are affiliated with Eazy. They put out an album called Real Brothers that dropped in 1995, which I do have, because I knew somebody before asked me if I had the album, and I do have it, so I will be doing a review on that eventually. Yeah, so BG Knockout and Dresta, Cocaine, Big Hutch, who else? Mr. Roach Clip, BG, Ashtray, Shaki, which is pretty much Eazy as Mr. Roach Clip, BG as Ashtray, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so you know how I get down. I'm gonna go through some of the tracks. Alright. Track one is called Extra Special Thanks. It's just the intro. It's just him talking about how talking to Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, just saying that, I'm coming for you guys. Thank you guys for dissing me. You know what I mean? Like, just be prepared what's coming for you and that kind of shit. It's like over a dark, sinister beat. Pretty dope right there. Track two, Real Motherfucking G's, which is the single off the album, the first single off the album. Pretty dope joint right there. He really got on Dr. Dre, even though Dr. Dre got on Eazy-E with the Dre Day, but I think Eazy kind of killed Dr. Dre lyrically, but obviously Dr. Dre had the most successful career. But in the song, he just talks about how he brags about how every song, every album that Dr. Dre puts out, Eazy's making money off of that shit, that kind of thing, and it's because of the whole Ruthless thing that that I mentioned before, that the reason why Ice Cube left N.W.A. was because he refused to sign the contract, because how am I sign a contract that I'm not making money off of? You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. So, so that kind of thing. So I thought that was pretty cool. Dope, funny video too. And BG, he talks about how Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg are studio gangsters and all that shit. So, pretty dope joint right there. Dope diss track. Track three, Any Last Words. That's the second and final single of the album. There is a video for that, but it's not as well known as shit. The Real Motherfuckers is like the most successful single and most notable single. In that song, he just pretty much says about how he brags about before he murders his victims, do they have any last words before they die? Before they meet their death. And that's what I got from the joint. Any Last Words, pretty dope joint right there. Track 4, Still a Nigga, definitely one of my favorite tracks off the album. It's a braggadocio gangster track. I mean, when you hear the song, it's just, the thing with Eazy-E, man, like, he's not the best rapper in the world, but his music is just like, it gets you feeling some type of way, at least to me. Like, it make you feel like a gangster. I'm not a gangster, I'm far from one, but it just, listening to his music, it just puts you in some type of mood and shit like that. And that's what I got from that joint. Still a Nigga, just saying like how he just doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't trust nobody. He don't trust no nigga. He don't trust no bitches. All that shit, all that good shit. Let me see how much time I got left. Yeah, I'm gonna get to the next track and then I'm gonna cut it short and then I'm gonna continue on. All right. Yeah, Still a Nigga, pretty dope joint right there. Give Me That Nut, self-explanatory. It's a sexual track and shit like that. Pretty cool. It's a funny track, you know what I mean? I know some people, they I responded to the critics of the Niggas for Life album, so they probably wouldn't even like that song. You know what I mean? So if you're offended by songs like that, then you wouldn't like Give Me That Nut. So, but I thought it was a funny track. Track 6, It's On. Fucking dope song. Definitely one of the best tracks off the album. It's another diss track toward Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. What I like about the song is that he actually plays on like he kind of parodies like the Nothing But a G Thang song, but with his own words. You know what I'm saying? And he just says about how just talks about how Dre's music still pays him and stuff like that. Dre is still that nigga that still pays me. That shit. So, cause you know how in the song Nothing But a G Thing, when I think Snoop Dogg was like, he was like, Death Row is the label that pays me, but Eazy said, Dre is still that nigga that still pays me, like that shit. So I thought that was pretty cool, very dope. Play onto that joint, and he also talks about how he actually makes fun of Dr. Dre when Dr. Dre back in the mid '80s was part of the Wrecking Crew days, where he had the shiny suit, he had the lipstick and the stethoscope. Kind of pokes fun of him on that joint right there. Track 7, Boys in the Hood, the G mix. It's pretty much the '93 version of Boys in the Hood. It's just the same as the 1987 one, not the one on this album, because the one on this album has different lyrics. The one that was on the N.W.A. and the Posse compilation of that dropped in 1987 is the same lyrics to that, but the beat is a lot more different. It's a lot more updated for '93's time. It dropped. It's just the beat just had like that lazy, whiny synth that real G funk sound. You know what I mean? It had like that late summer, hot summer vibe to it. You know what I mean? I really enjoyed that shit right there. It was pretty dope. Yeah, man, pretty dope shit right there. And track 8, Down to the Last Roach, that features it just features Drayster. No, it features BG Knockout and Drayster and Dr. Dre and Eazy-E. It's a weed track, just from what I got from it is like, just Eazy playing himself as a roach, you know what I mean, and BG being like the ashtray and shit like that. For those who don't know what a roach is, and no, I'm not talking about smoking a cockroach. If that's what you guys think, no, it's what it is. It's like, I don't smoke weed, but I know people that do. A roach is pretty much when you're smoking a spliff, right, a blunt, whatever you call it. You smoke it, and it gets up to like the final tip. It gets up to the tip, and that's where people smoke. Like they smoke. That's where they get all the THC and all that stuff, and that's the shit that gets you high. The THC. You know what I mean, and all that tar and like all that the smoke and all that shit, like all the stuff that's all the weed that's burning, like the crystals and all that stuff, all that THC. That's where you get your high from the weed and shit like that. So, I could be wrong about that. I know some weed heads gonna school me on that, but again, I don't smoke weed, but I've been around people that do. So, but that's pretty much it. Overall, very dope album, or EP, I should say. A big improvement compared to 5150. You could tell he was more focused on this album. It was well written, even though we all know that BG Knockout and Dresser wrote his lyrics and stuff like that. But a lot better delivery wise, a lot better production was a lot better. Yeah, man, fucking dope. And this is actually his best selling project to date. That's including Eazy Does It, the 5150. The straight off the streets of motherfucking combo, which I will be doing a review on. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, very dope shit right here. Highly recommended. It's easy to find. It's not out of print. You can find it in FYE or whatever store that sells CDs and stuff like that. That's pretty much it, guys. Definitely one of my favorite projects from Eazy-E. You guys like that? If you guys like that album or EP, definitely check it out. Alright? you guys like early 90s G-Funk hip-hop, like I do, 90s G-Funk in general, that Compton sound, you like that, go cop it. Not know, be easy. Peace.